Hey, welcome back to Snapbolt Games. My name's Max, and I am not here with a modern league or a pauper league. I'm actually here with a brother battle. I'm going to be playing modern against my brother Dan. I've done a couple leagues with him on the channel. Go check those out. They're a lot of fun. We record together over the phone basically, so we are talking back and forth with all our decisions. The channel is youtube.com/snapbolt. Again, there should be a link in the description below. Go check out the channel if you like it. Subscribe to the channel. It helps me out. You can comment down below. Throw a like on the video. You can ring the bell to know when the new videos come out. But this is going to be sweet. So again, it's just going to be me playing modern matches against my brother. He's a really strong player, and like I said, go check out those other videos where we play together. This is just trying something a little bit different and seeing how it goes. And we didn't tell each other what decks we're going to play, which is kind of fun. He's usually playing random blue decks, Murktide decks, stuff like that. So I expect him to be on something like that. But I wasn't trying to like level him and play something good against that. I'm just playing mill here. I played one league with this deck, did not record it, and I'm excited to get into it. The reason why I want to play it now, it's kind of fun because there's this new card, Fractured Sanity. Blue, blue, blue sorcery, each player mills 14. And then that's just like milling a quarter of your library because there's 60 cards in library, milling 14. That's such a massive amount. But then also cycling for 2 mana, when you cycle it, each opponent mills 4. You can't counter that. So if they like get a little bit too low, sometimes you can go like cycle, mill the last 8 uncounterable, and draw cards while you do it. 3 mana is kind of expensive, but we kind of turn into this burn combo deck now because we have Glimpse mill 10, Fractured Sanity mill 14, Archive Trap mill 13. So you can mill very fast between these cards. Plus these crabs mill really fast, especially in multiples with a fetch land. So we're just this like turbo mill deck. Our interaction is 4 Drown in the Lock, 2 Fatal Push. 4 Surgical Extraction is nice, I think, in the main. I think one thing people forget about this card is when you surgical something, you surgical the card out of their graveyard, so you stop them having more of that threat. But you also essentially get to exile 2 to 3 cards from their library with surgical, or take a card out of their hand. So it's like a 0 mana mill 2 to 3 cards a lot of the time, which is nice. Plus eliminating threats that might be good against you, or dealing with things that shuffle back in. Quad Visions Beyond, this is pretty much Ancestral Recall in this deck, pretty sweet. And then Mesmeric Orb, I think, is still just a good kind of like inevitability to have, and 1 Crypt Incursion. In the sideboard, of course, we're a Lurrus deck because we don't have any permanents that cost more than 2. Lurrus really good with crabs, so really nice. 4 Soul Guide, 3 Profane Memento. You might not know this card. Whenever a creature is put into an opponent's graveyard from anywhere, so including us milling them, we gain 1 life. So this card is pretty nice against burn and really other aggressive strategies with a lot of creatures. 2 Ashioks, 2 more pushes, and then 3 counter spells. So pretty straightforward, pretty standard mill deck. 4 Field of Ruin, it's not only good, but it can turn on your archive traps if they don't want to shuffle because they have to shuffle off field. 1 Obora, I think you really want this. A couple Dark Slicks, could be more Dark Slicks, but and then some fetch lands. A lot of basics now, I think is good, and then a bunch of Watery Graves. So this is the deck, and let's just challenge my brother here. Era Valendial, challenge player. I have to choose my deck. Krabby Patty Mill, format modern, watchers allowed. Let's go false. It's funny that it says false, just for fun. Let's just do tournament practice and say GG easy. All right. See if he accepts. I think he should be ready to go. We'll see here. Yeah, he's ready. So we'll see what Dan's on here. We're not going to have Dan recording, so we don't have his perspective. Maybe we'll do that in the future as well. Oh, looks like we have a 40-minute clock. Could I have changed that? GLHF. I'm going to reveal Lurrus. He's saying, what do you think I'm playing? I thought it was going to be Murktide, but I think he's also going to try to switch it up. So I'm going to say Stoneforge. White Stoneforge. I guess we'll find out here. I I'm gonna say I'm guessing not Murktide, just to change it up. Okay, I'm gonna keep. I'm gonna say, do you know what I'm on? He might think I just showed him this prowess brew that's like mono red prowess with expressive iteration. He's guessing monkeys. Good guess, but we're on crabs, not monkeys. Good guess, but no. So he went flooded strand. We still don't know 100%. I think I'm just gonna lead ruin crab. Now the jig is up here. Just Krabby Patty Mill here. I could surgical the flooded strand. I'm pretty sure he's on blue white. And if I'm able to nab a second flooded strand out of his hand, that's really good. I don't know if it's worth it. I might be able to just get more threats because I should be able to mill some cards next turn. I thought mill would be a fun deck to show just because it's a matchup he's not really going to be expecting necessarily. And I think the deck is actually decent. All right, Serum Vision, so I can surgical that. And I get to shuffle slash mill, mess them up because he, like, if he tops anything on this serum and tries to draw a card right now, I can surgical and get it, but I'll try to mill first. So we get to go crab plus watery grave. I can just do watery grave tapped. I think it is worth it to play the crab. Is he gonna subtlety this crab? No, he doesn't want to. Okay. It's a watery grave. It's not pay 2 life. Yield the ruin crab. Yield the hedron crab. So it is Stoneforge. And they have spell. He has spell queller as well. I kind of like. I feel like if he had Stoneforge, he would have just jammed. So I think it's more likely that he has spell queller. I think I'm just gonna surgical the spell queller right now. See what he has, and then archive trap him. Brazen Borrower. So he did have the subtlety, so I was right about that. But he has no other cards I can really take from his hand. Let's look at his list. So I was right. So it is just blue-white Stoneforge. I guess it's blue-white Stoneforge Murktide. True, true. Yeah, so he just has like Thought Scour, 4 counter spells, 3 Force of Negation, Murktides, 4 Prismatic Endings. I feel like this should be a pretty good matchup for me. I mean, if I just surgical the Stoneforges now, then I feel like he's gonna have a pretty rough time killing me. He can't draw Stoneforge. I think it's worth it. I also get to again mill 3 with those. So let's just do that. Okay, and then I'm gonna surgical the Stoneforge right now. And then I'm gonna mill, and then I'm gonna archive trap him. Oh wait, what? Oh, it's only if they search their library. It's not if they shuffled. Okay, they didn't search. Send a message. Okay, now we have Drown in the Lock as well, which can counter pretty much everything. I should have written his hand down. So he has 3 fairy, um, Cauldra Complete, Subtlety, lands. Forget exactly. I should have paid more attention. So they're just going to Teferi bounce a crab. Uh, Archmage's Charm? Did he even have that? I don't think he had that. I think he's trying to Teferi here. Oh no. Oh, Murktide. Wow, top deck Murktide. So I'm going to archive trap him. Fetch land would be decent. I can also just drown in the lot, kill this, which I think I'm going to do right now. Pass. This should be, I think, a good matchup for us. Again, just because he has a lot of counters, so that's true, but I guess he has Murktides to pressure us. He has Stone Forges to pressure us and counter spells, so that's definitely something. Okay, well, this is great. Just get to mill 12 here. This is probably a game. I might want more black mana, I suppose. Don't think I need to pay 2 life. So he has subtlety up. I'm just gonna go for the glimpse. I don't think there's a major reason not to. Okay, nice. Just burned him out there. This deck does kill pretty fast. All right, counter spells coming in. So Ashiok stops Stoneforge Mystic and all his fetch lands. He always plays a lot of fetch lands, so I could get him with that. I think I actually do like Surgical because he doesn't have that many threats. So if I just mill like a Murktide or a Stoneforge and just exile that, it can be kind of hard for him to win after that. And I think I do want some number of pushes just to answer a Stoneforge if he resolves it. This can come out. I might not need to sideboard that much. Maybe I don't need that many surgicals. Maybe just 2 is fine. Again, it's not that great in this matchup, but taking away his threats permanently does make it hard for him to win. I want Ashiok just as like a value play that's also kind of hard to deal with. And then he can't Stoneforge into it, can't fetch into it. Don't want Profane Memento. I guess Soul Guide Lantern. It's not even that good against Murktide. I'm just thinking if I want Ashiok too. If I'm able to resolve it, it's obviously great. It's kind of tough to resolve. I guess I could just not have Surgical and just not play that, not go down that route, and then just have Ashioks. I said I wanted to exile all his threats, but then if I bring an Ashiok, I don't get Luris. Completely forgot about that aspect. Might not even be worth it to have this card then. Jeez. I guess it is good and it is maybe worth it in like some matchups like Dredge and stuff. But all right, let's try it like this. Just bring in the counter spells, just so I can fight counter wars a little bit easier. It's a sweet list from him though. All right, gonna keep. This hand looks fine. We have both our surgicals, which hopefully is gonna be good. Dan's on the mulligan to 6 here. And we'll probably play some more matches here, maybe another match after this, but this will be a quicker video. It's not going to be like a 5-match thing. All right, let's just go Krabby. Get our Luris out of here so we don't forget about him. Stoneforge here could be bad for us. Prismatic ending the crab. Okay. And fetching with the Flooded Strand. I know he played a deck like this in the past that was Delver, but he's obviously not Delvering here. Okay, 4 cards in hand. I can Surgical a Flooded Strand or a Prismatic Ending right now. Just, it also helps me because I get to look at his hand. He's going to have 4 Flooded Strands. Maybe I just take all the endings so they don't have removal. He doesn't have removal for my future crabs. Don't know if I need to do it this second, but I think it's fine. Oh wow, we hit an ending out of his hand. So good. Plains Murktide to Fairy. Okay. So how many? He only has two Teferis, four Stone Forges, four Spell Quellers, which is an interesting one. He has Dispel, he has Brazen Borer. Did he side out a Murktide? Interesting. Maybe just to play around hate. One Subtlety, two Mystical Disputes, a NATO. Wow. Oh, two NATOs. I'm gonna say wow, two NATOs. Um, yeah, okay. I'm not going to surgical the Flooded Strand here. I'd rather try to hit threats. Okay, I'm gonna just Field of Ruin and then play an orb. He'll probably just a fairy bounce the orb. Tried to fit those in the main, but couldn't quite do it. Yeah. Okay, orb go. We'll see if I mill like a Teferi. Wow, that's brutal. Now I just get to surgical the Teferi, and then he has another one in hand. That's brutal. He said, damn. Okay. So now his hand is just Murktide plus blank. Yeah. Yeah, I was just talking about that just before. Yeah, it's he's just in a rough spot. We got pretty lucky here, to be honest. We mill two, and then we hit a land. Jeez. So I can just glimpse him. I can also just Field of Ruin, get an island. I can't visions yet anywhere. I don't want to. I think I'm down just a glimpse. Oh, now he can Murktide, so maybe this was wrong. He can just play an 8/8 now and kill me in two hits. He said accidentally F6 there. I also don't know if I should have done that. I think I probably should have milled because he's gonna get to Murktide anyway. So I think it is worth it. There's nothing I can really do about this. This is gonna be an 8/8 like all the time, basically no matter what. He has 36 cards in library. That's a lot. I basically need to draw Drown in the Lock. He only has 7 cards in library in graveyard now as well, which sucks. Can take one hit off this. And then I guess I can go Field of Ruin, get an island, and then cycle the Fractured Sanity to have 2 draws to try to find a Drown in the Lock for this. I think that's my line. All right, let's just wait then. Oh, and it's only a 7/7, so that's actually huge because it doesn't kill me in 2 hits. So that buys me one extra turn potentially. So that's massive. I definitely want to cycle this Fractured Sanity rather than milling it, I think. All right, mill him for 2. I guess a second Murktide would be bad. There's one milled, so there's only 2 left. I'm just going to Field of Ruin the Triome. Down to 9. This is a Stoneforge. Shoot. Now I guess. Oh, I could have milled in response to that. Got Cauldron complete. Yeah. This is not ideal. Again, I should have Fractured Sanity in response to try to mill some equipment. Each opponent mills 4, draw. He's oh, there's the Drown in the Lock. Okay. He still has Cauldron complete. I mill 4. Archive Trap. That would have been good last turn. So he's going to mill 2 here. If he Cauldron completes, attacks for 5. Yeah, it's going to be rough. I think I need to just upkeep, Drown in the Lock, kill the Murktide. Guess I could kill the Stoneforge right now. I think it's better to kill the Murktide. I'm not entirely sure. He has to pay 2 mana for this. So let's just do it. Let's upkeep, Drown in the Lock this. After he untaps. The Murktide exiling cards from his graveyard. Oh, he has Mystical. Shoot. That means I'm just dead on board, I think. Going up to 18 cards, and then he can just put in Cauldron Complete here. I could have done a couple things better this game. 18 cards in graveyard. Yeah. I think this is over. Just draw 1. GG. I wonder if I should have also not played the Glimpse the turn I did. He could have tapped mana and just floated mana anyway. Maybe Surgical on Murktide is where I want to be, because he only really has 8 main threats. I know he has Spell Callers too. It's tough. Yeah, he's saying Murktide versus Mill is pretty interesting. Yeah, that's exactly what I was just talking about. Like, should I have glimpsed him there? I'm not sure. I think what I should have done is waited and Field of Ruin that turn and then tried to go glimpse next turn. I think that would have been better. God, Fatal Push for Stoneforge really isn't that great, but I kind of need it because I don't want him to Cauldron Complete me. I just stay at 2 surgicals. I mean, I guess Orb's not great. It also gets bounced by Teferi. He doesn't necessarily need that much mana. He can just play some big Murktides. I'll try it like this. All right, let's try it like this. Bring in 2 surgicals back in. Try cutting 2 orbs. Cool matchup though. Would you like to play first? Yes. Reveal our companion. This hand's pretty bad, but I think I'm going to keep it. I have Glimpse into Drown in the Lock, which is whatever. I could just cycle a Visions on 1 to draw a card. I think I should draw a card here. No crab is bad. Having a crab in this matchup is massive. I could wait on both visions and just try to get full value. It's not that far till they're turned on, but... Alright, unless he has a force, whatever he tops here with this serum, I'm able to mill. I think I'm going to cycle one of these visions. Just get some stuff going here. It's Watery Grave, Trade to Life, yes. It's possible I should have just led Island as well, because if I draw crabs, I want more fetch lands. Another Glimpse, okay. Just slam this. Yes, he could have force, but still just gonna slam. I guess I could have left up Drown in the Lock for a Stoneforge, but I have the push now. Force of Negation, Pitch Borrower. Okay. No Stoneforge. Okay. Field of Ruin. Now I think I like passing. Just field, pass. I guess he could have Spellcaller next turn. But I can have Drown in the Lock up as well. I get to just crack this Field of Ruin. Maybe I don't even want to because I want to keep on Archive Trap, but I think this is fine. This Field of Ruining a land doesn't really do anything. I'm still going to just do it now. Whatever. Just seems good. It gets me more colored mana. If he wants to float and like flash in the Spellcaller right now, that's totally fine. flash in a Brazen Borrower. Interesting. Okay, that's fine. Now he's tapped out though. An Archive Trap as well. Okay. Again, he plays like infinite fetch lands. So I think what I'm like doing is just killing this Brazen Borrower. Just get Swamp, push, and then glimpse him. 16 cards in yard for him. We have an Archive Trap as well. I don't know if we're going to be able to protect it with this Drown. We'll see. Hopefully he just taps out for Teferi here, and then I'll Archive Trap while it's on the stack. Okay, you might just have another Force. I guess I can just try to cast Archive Trap here, because I don't know when else I'm going to be able to cast it for 0. Let's just go for it. If he taps out for a counterspell, sure. Then I still have Drown in the lock. Is it for just actual counterspell? Okay. 18 cards in yard. I am scared of Murktide. And again, I can drown that, but then this Visions is not turned on, which is pretty annoying. I think I was supposed to play that Dark Slick, even though I could have crabs. Let's try to counter this. All right, they have 19 cards in yard now. We're getting there. Okay, counterspell is a great draw. Having 3 counterspell post board is really nice. No Murktides from him, which is fantastic. I really want to draw 3. Okay, now I'm going to be able to, I think. Let's just upkeep Field of Ruin, Hallowed Fountain, I think. Okay, he's flashing in Spellcaller. I almost want to just counterspell this and cast Visions on my turn. I think I'm going to do that. Counterspell and Visions right now. And then I cannot Archive Trap right now. I guess I can Field of Ruin into Archive Trap right now. He'll have 1 mana up. I guess he probably doesn't have Force. I think I'm going to do it. Also, Milling Equipment is pretty good. Nice. 18 cards left in library. How many Murktides have we milled? 1, 2, 3. 3 Murktides down. No. Okay, Sword of Feast of Famine's fine. Crabby, nice. Did I miss Lurrus sometimes too? Oh, I could have cast Lurrus here. I guess I don't even necessarily want to. Do I have nothing to bring back? I have nothing to bring back right now. Probably should have cast it though. Could have started attacking. Stoneforge. Milled the Cauldron complete, which is good. Have not milled the Batterskull yet, I don't think. Oh, maybe I did. Oh, he took out Batterskull because it doesn't do anything. Makes sense. Ooh, Crab is actually a good draw. So I have nothing to cast. Again, yeah. So let's just mill. Have him down to 7 cards. I am just going to Lurrus here. Not sure if I should. This is a pretty fun matchup. I think he's going to be dead here. Maybe if he draws the last Murktide right now, then I'm going to be dead. Just doesn't feel like that's it. Prismatic Ending a Crab. Okay. And equip. So I can just chump here, recast, yeah. Okay. I have I think I have one more island actually. Yeah. All right, got him. GG's. If I got plays, I might have been okay. Oh, planes. Yeah, maybe. So I think we're gonna play one more. I might change decks. I might not. Let me pause real quick, talk to him, and then we'll see if we'll do one more brother match. All right. Welcome to the second match. This will probably be the final match I play for now against my brother. This is a lot of fun though. It's cool playing him. We're on the play. We're gonna reveal our Luris. I don't know if he's on the same deck or something else. Snap, keep this hand. This hand's great. I think he's on the same deck. He could be on like blue red Murktide. I'm not really sure. I think he knows that I'm on the same deck though. We'll find out pretty quick here though. Wouldn't be surprised if he's on blue red. Nope. Looks like just rematch. No, it is blue red. Okay. Bolt the crab. Okay. Still gonna get to go second crab plus uh wow, just playing out a couple baubles. So this is just a blue red Murktide Delver list that we played a lot on the channel together. I'm almost certain. He bobbled us, so he knows we have this card. He knows about Field of Ruin. Sure. I still think it's worth it to go crab plus fetch land right now while he can't interact. Fetch. I don't really want to fetch shock, although I might want fatal push up. It's pretty close. I mean, there's a good chance he plays either a Delver or a DRC. I think I should fetch shock here, and I want to do it now so he can't respond to cracking the fetch land by bolting this, because I want to get the mill 3. I know taking some damage isn't ideal, but I think it's worth. Okay, there's the Fire Ice. Interesting. Now he's looking at the top card of our library, so he knows about Field of Ruin and the next card we're going to draw. Shocking. Interesting. I mean, I guess he doesn't care about life total at all. And there's a Murktide. Not good for me. 8/8 Murktide. Jeez. Murktide's certainly a problem. Alright, I think what I'm doing is I'm playing a tapped Watery Grave now. Milling for 3 and then milling for 10. This deck just really mills pretty fast. Then next turn I can go Field of Ruin, crack it, mill for 6 more with crab, and then maybe draw a 2-drop. This isn't lethal just on its own, but I wouldn't be surprised if he has a bolt or some other way to deal the last point. I don't want to take any more damage though. Fetch shock, because might as well. Delver. Okay, I can push that. I can't push both. And DRC, geez. That's a problem. So now I think I just lose because I can push 1, block 1, and then take 9. So yeah, I think I'm dead. Let's just mill him, just make sure we see everything we can see. Yeah, Murktide is just really good against this deck. That's a reason not to play mill, I guess. But we were able to just beat a devoted Murktide deck last round, or last match I played against him. All right, and then we just die. Dead on board. Plus flips the Delver on Thought Scour. GG. All right, let's go sideboard. I think I want these 5 in this matchup. I really want push to kill DRC and Delver. Can't really allow that to just happen. I don't think I want Soul Guide Lantern or Profane Memento. he only has like 12 or 14 creatures in the deck. It's not that many. Seems pretty bad. Surgical Murktide does seem decent again, but maybe I just hope he just doesn't draw those and I just deal with it with counter spells and Drown in the Loch. I think this might be a better plan, honestly. Let's try it like this. Now I have 4 push, 4 Drown in the Loch, 3 counter spell, and then other than that, I just have mill cards basically and Visions of Beyond. I like it. Could side out some number of Visions, but I think I want them in the matchup. Hmm. I think I have to keep this. It's not like great, but I have a lot of good draws, and I do have just Crab into Orb here, so that's something. Plus, I just have these Fractured Sanities I could just mill for draw with, which is fine. Let's see if he just plays a DRC here. Bolt, okay. I'm likely gonna shock anyway. Yeah, I'm just gonna shock. Then I could draw a blue source and just start casting these if I want. All right, mill 1. There's the DRC and another DRC, okay. Mill 2. So I can just mill him for 14, turn these on. I think I want to just kill one of them and then fetch a tap land. Let's just do that. He could have Force of Negation, but I still think it's worth it just to kill it now. Yeah. Okay, turn on the other one, sure. Mill him for 2. Yeah, Orb is really not that great in this matchup because not that many permanents are getting untapped. I think I'm just going to essentially try to race. If he has Murktide here, I think I'm just dead though. I think I'm going to, again, fetch a Watery Grave tapped here. And then if he has Blood Moon, sure. If he jams Blood Moon, I'm going to get Island. This could be Blood Moon. Yeah, it is. Wow. Okay, well, start cycling these Fractured Sanities, I guess. And anything he mills on Channeler is like 1 card closer to us winning Unholy Heat. Interesting. All right, so let's just start by cycling this. Field of Ruin. Oh, my 2 different art Field of Ruins. That hurts. Forgot to change that. I even knew about it. Okay, let's go. I guess Field. Pass. Mill for 4. I'm definitely losing the race at this point. I don't have my Swamp. Kind of just got Blood Mooned here. Iteration. Surveil. Pretty far away from doing anything. I guess this Orb is kind of putting in work. Exile to Bolt, sure. So he's just going to Bolt right now. We're at 8. Now I don't even have removal for this because I don't have my Swamp. Go for 2. Cycle. Draw. Looking rough here. I think I'm just dead. Just dead to this Channeler. This deck is just so good. I think this is the best deck in the format. Blue-Red Murktide. Again, usually they play, most people play Monkey over Delver, but Delver is good too. Murktide Regent, exile, entered the exile zone. He can't cast it though because of Blood Moon. It's interesting. He probably thinks he's locking us out with Blood Moon, but in reality we just don't have anything to cast. Okay. Don't think we have any outs at this point. Because even Swamp, then I still don't have an out to Channeler. I guess I can draw Visions of Beyond into something, like into Swamp, Fatal Push. That's my only out. third iteration. Jeez, this card is really, really good. Exile Island, play it. Serum. 16 cards in library. Don't really think I have outs. Visions, okay. Oh, brutal. GG. I'm going to concede and reveal hand here. GG's, GG's. Well, that was a lot of fun. Let me see here. All right, we're gonna call it here for now. I think he actually has to go, but we are. I had a lot of fun. A couple matches. We split the matches 1-1 against two Mill against two Murktide decks. I think Murktide is generally pretty good against Mill because if you just glimpse them early, you just fuel their Murktide, make it an 8/8. You don't have that many answers. You only have Drown and then Counterspell post board. So kind of rough. But this deck can mill very fast, especially against blue red. Our draws weren't fantastic, but that blue red deck is just so strong. I think, again, that's the best deck in the format. This deck felt good. Sideboard honestly felt pretty bad. Could cut a Soul Guide Lantern. I don't even know if you need these mementos at all. I don't think Ashiok is great. Maybe play some number of either like Spell Pierces, Mystical Disputes, stuff like that. Maybe another Crypt Incursion. Just some more stuff like that could be fun. Could be solid. Maybe one another Darkslick Shore. Kind of tough to say, but I think Mill is decent right now. I guess you do have to watch out for those Murktide decks. Had a lot of fun playing my brother. Let me know if this is something you want to see more of, or if you want to just see me play in the leagues. Let me know down below in the comments. Appreciate that. And if you like this video, if you like my content, consider subscribing to the channel, youtube.com/Snapple. Thanks so much. Peace.